Steady.
Ready? Yeah. Let's get it on. All right. Here we go. Here we go again. All right, guys. Episode 6 of A-Town Talk. We're back. This is basically part 2 of the last video, our Valentine's Day special. We didn't get to cover all the things we wanted to do, so we're gonna do it on this one. So it'll be a continuation of that video. We're back with Booby and Chencha.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys. Yeah, there's a lot of things we were talking about: relationships, situationships. It was pretty interesting. Shitty beer, insecurities, icks, slang. We covered it all.
Mm-hmm.
On this episode, we're gonna be talking about. We did a poll on Instagram. Sorry, I'm blanking so hard.
Multiple polls.
We did multiple polls, and not the kind that Booby likes. We did a poll on Instagram, asking you guys for some feedback on relationships. What do you guys love and hate about relationships? We also asked if is it played out for a guy to get a girl flowers on Valentine's Day? So we'll be going over some of those reactions, and we'll give you some of our personal thoughts on it. And I think we'll start off with we'll let Chencha go first.
All right, my polls.
Yeah, go over your polls.
So I did 2 polls.
Yeah, and yours is going to be more interesting because you have a younger audience than we do. We have like the millennials, and you're the Gen Z.
So 2 perspectives.
Yeah.
So first one I did, what do y'all look for in relationships in a partner?
Mm-hmm.
And we got a couple. So one said trust and someone who enjoys spending the time with me.
Oh.
No.
What? Spending time?
Yeah.
The time with them. Second one we got understanding.
Understanding what?
they just put understanding.
Oh.
It's like, okay.
They
I guess
understood
want
the
their
assignment. Understanding. So they want someone that's understanding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second one said someone who got goals and ain't just living in a character.
What does that mean? Like living in a character?
Like pretending to be someone they're not? Like just...
Yeah, I guess like
faking
saying
it
they're
till you
someone
make it.
else when really they're not that person.
Oh, I thought like role playing or some shit like that.
Oh.
I'm down for that.
Also, please excuse like all the language how they use,
Yeah, whatever.
So, second one put respecting boundaries. I know that's broad, but it can factor into many aspects and situations.
So we talked about boundaries last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like farting.
Yeah. I think boundaries though more in this one is like
I
further
think
than farting.
is a fucking boundary, dude.
All right. And last one is maturity and kindness.
Yeah, I mean, maturity, kindness. These guys, I feel like they're
They're
very
pretty young.
They're very like they're not
naive.
No, like I just feel like they weren't very like they just could kind of mean anything. You know what I mean? Like
They're very adult
Yeah.
responses.
No, I mean they're
probably younger.
You got to
people.
think it's it's like you're talking about 18, 19-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
When I was at the age, I was like, yeah, as long as she's pretty and she likes me. My voice still cracks.
Second poll I did was how many months does it take to be considered serious in a talking stage? It's a pretty good one. So I also want to add like talking stage, there's a thing where people say after it's like a 3-month rule. After the 3 months, if they're still like with you, you vibe and that's like you're set.
Like you're
Like-
together after that?
Yeah, like you know that you guys are gonna like
you're
be
pregnant.
together. Oh. And like it's like a honeymoon phase.
So
in the
after
beginning.
talking, dating, whatever for 3 months, after those 3 months is when you're like, oh, we're official, or is it just...
Yeah, like you know you're gonna be with that person, like they're gonna be your girlfriend or boyfriend.
I think 3 months is a good enough time to not get to fully know somebody, but within 3 months you should already know, like, yeah, this person is my girlfriend or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a pretty reasonable time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first person said 3 months.
Okay.
It's reasonable. Second person said 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
Third, 3 or 4 months.
They're all in.
They're
the
like all the
3.
same.
Yeah.
This person said 6 to 8 months.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah. Is that a male or female?
It's a male.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think guys are probably the ones that are saying the longer time, and then the girls
Yeah.
are the ones like, no, like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. This other person said 2, and then 2.5 to 3. And then this person said, you got to start off as friends and understand who that person is, and do you really like them?
I mean, yeah, I guess, but you don't want to be too friends because then
You can get friend zoned.
we're gonna get friend zoned.
Trust me, I've
Mhm.
been in the friend zone many
You
times.
have to establish that you don't want to just be friends. Like,
See, that was my issue. I never established that. Like early on when I first started dating, I would get friend zoned so hard, dude, like hard. And like I've gotten out of the friend zone, like it's doable, but like you just have to work that much harder, and then it's like fuck, like you have to undo a lot of things.
yeah.
But I was never very assertive. Like I was always like, oh, well, if you want, you know.
What's your longest talking stage?
Talking stage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really don't know. Sometimes I never got out of the talking stage. No,
Makes sense.
I don't know. It's hard. Again, like I was in a relationship for like 2 years, and prior to that, we talked for a couple months. I would say we were friends for maybe 3-4 months before we started anything. So maybe 3-4 months around there. Yeah, I guess that's reasonable.
Pretty reasonable, yeah.
They were talking.
Yeah.
Mm, I don't know. I would say fuck because it's been so long.
Yeah,
He's out the game.
we're old.
Yeah, I don't know. I honestly, it's been so long that I just couldn't even tell you. I feel like I move pretty quick. Like
Yeah.
I'm not. Like I think I move too quick. Like for me, it's like we start talking and then like within like a month maybe
You're
we're like
pregnant.
yeah, no shit. Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know, but it's been so long that I couldn't give you like a actual time.
So what about you, Chencha? I know you recently went through a situationship.
A situation.
Yeah.
Elaborate.
So this situationship started off. I met this person actually on the first day of college.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I would say
At UTEP.
yeah, UTEP.
Shout out UTEP.
UTEP. So it was at this gold mine event that they had, and so I went with my best friend. And we're like, oh, we're gonna get some ads today, like
Ass.
Oh,
ads.
oh, I was like,
ads.
Damn.
So
I was
addies.
like,
Y'all
hey,
move different.
what is ads? Like
So it's like your
social media?
your social.
Oh, you guys don't do phone numbers anymore?
That's like if you're like serious.
Oh,
So you gotta get their social to see, okay, like is this person cute or like you know
okay.
how they are.
Damn,
So
shit's crazy nowadays, huh?
Dude.
yeah.
In my day,
It's a number, dude.
they had 2 legs. Call that a win.
Yeah, so like we're like, all right, we're gonna go like get some baddies and stuff.
Some
So
ads. Okay.
I saw this guy and I thought he was pretty attractive and met my standards.
Mhm.
So I went up to him.
What are your standards?
I like them to be taller than me.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Yeah. Exactly that. So I saw him and I was like, oh, like I think you're cute. Can I get like your Instagram and stuff? He's like,
So you made the move.
yeah, I made the move.
Damn.
And yeah, it took a It's kind of like a thing now too. Like
Like girls make
girls
make
can
moves?
make moves now.
No shit.
Yeah. So I actually caught him eating a hot dog too. That's kind of crazy too.
Was
he's
he
like,
eating
he's
it?
like, I
Was he
like,
eating it whole or did he cut it?
no, he was, yeah, like whole thing.
So he was cupping it.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't eat hot dogs like that. I'm just kidding.
I don't eat hot dogs. Period.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I was like, yeah. So I was like, okay, cool. We exchanged like eddies and stuff. And it's funny too because like when I was about to show my phone, like I had some other guys profile there. I was like, oh crap, like oh,
Chencha.
You had another guy's profile on?
yeah, like some other guy that I got.
Mm.
So I was like, oh,
How many did you get at this gold mine?
just 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
2 for
So
2.
like we were like, yeah, okay, cool. And then like we go about our day, and actually that day, me and my friend, like it was like a 2-man. I was like taking one for the team for her. So like she got this guy, but he had his friend. But I wasn't really attracted to the friend. I was like, just go with it.
Why was he like an Edgar or what?
What the fuck?
I don't
dude?
know,
This
he
is like
just-
stuff that I used to do when I was this age. Like me and my friends.
Like he just wasn't attractive to me. Like
Okay.
so we're just there, and I was like, fine, I guess I'll do it. And so like yeah, me and this guy are talking, whatever, and then the day ends, and then like he like middle of the night, he's like, oh, like, hey, is this Aleksa or whatever? I was like, yeah. He's like, let's like have lunch and stuff. And like ever since then, like we were just like hanging out all the time, and like we were hanging out like almost every day because of our schedule for school just aligned. And we were talking, and you know, things happened where I caught feelings for him.
Yeah.
And I felt like he had caught feelings for me too, but like turns out that he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, I don't know, like for his own advantage.
Yeah.
And so we're talking like August, September, October, and then December came, and I expressed my feelings to him. He's like, oh, well, I don't feel the same way. So I was like, ugh. It's like I did things with this person that I've never done with anybody else.
So I have a question. So during so when you guys are talking, did he, like, would he express these feelings to you? Would he say things like that to you? Like, was he leading you on to believe?
I felt like he was leading me on, cause you know, making out, whatever. Like that's just like But like buying me a Lego set, knowing that I like Legos of my favorite show for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd go out to eat almost all the time. He'd pay, you know.
Mm.
He'd buy me he bought me clothes. We went thrifting and stuff.
Oh shit!
We baked a cake together.
Wow.
Damn.
We built a Lego set
That's
together.
basically like raising a family. Once you bake a cake with someone,
Yeah. A cake from scratch too.
And okay, how old is he?
He was 20 at the time. He just turned 21.
So me being a guy, he's young, right?
Yeah.
I think guys, they don't mature ever. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Not only that, but when you're that age, like you're just looking to mess around. Like I don't think it's very hard for a guy at that age to really settle down. And if he does, he's usually probably doing other shit like on the side.
Yeah.
From my experience. You know what I mean?
well, I think there's that side of the coin, and then there's like this side of the coin.
Yeah.
There's the guys that are very, you would call them a simp, you know, that girls are not attracted to those type of guys that are very like emotional, lovey-dovey type.
Mm-hmm.
I think for good reason, because like it's kind of too much. Like you don't want that kind of stuff. But then eventually those guys end up, you know, being the better choice.
Mm.
And I'm one of those guys.
Shit was up.
Yeah.
Just kidding. No.
Yeah.
So what happened?
So like actually during that period, we were hanging out, and he gets this phone call. He answers it, and he was on the call for like 30 minutes. And,
Red flag.
and I could
Red
hear
flag.
it, and I was like, and like I could hear the conversation, and it was about his ex.
I was gonna,
On the
and
phone.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I was gonna say, and I didn't want to because I was like, nah, I don't want to fucking feed these things into this girl's head. She's young. But I was gonna say, this dude probably had another fucking girl. That's why it was very easy for him to just be like,
Let me tell you, man.
I was gonna tell you that.
So that, like, at first I was like, oh, like, he ended the call. I was like, so mad. I was like, first of all, you answer your ex's call in front of me
Mm-hmm.
at my place.
Oh shit.
And so I'm like, was that your ex? He's like, yeah. And then he explains to me, he's like, oh, it's like she wants to get back together, but I don't really want to get back together. But like, we've been in this relationship for so long. So it's like, but he's like, but I don't want to get back together with her. So I'm like, okay, like, I left it at that. I shouldn't have left it at that.
No.
And I should have took that as like a big red flag. It's like, I shouldn't take this guy seriously. But I liked him so much and gave him the benefit of the doubt. And so, yeah, December comes around and I tell him my feelings. He doesn't feel the same way. He's like, okay, we should be friends. I was like, okay, I care about you so much. I'm willing to stay friends with you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, but we can't talk on the phone every day. We can't text every day. Good morning, good night. We can't like do that. So I'm like, to like down like my feelings, like we can't do that. So we did that and we were friends. And then we kept hanging out after that too. But like my feelings were still there for him. And we still did things after that. Even though saying we were friends. But we still, like, you know, it's like, and then, so there was this one time where, like, finally, like, it was, like, beginning of January, where, like, okay, we have to stay strictly friends. Like, it has to be totally platonic. We had to stay strictly friends. So we're like, okay, and then that's when we agreed. And literally, like, a week after that, he texts me, like, oh my God, my girlfriend is, oh, not his girlfriend, he's like, my ex is coming to your house. I was like, what? He's like, we're 10 minutes away. I was like, what do you mean? Like, you're coming to my house? Like, what? And he's like, we're 10 minutes. He's like, I don't know. He's like, I'll explain to you. He's like, I'm gonna delete all like our messages and all this and that. I was like, what? And I'm thinking, like, what is it like? And he explained to me too. He's like, me and my ex are trying to fix things together. So I was like, damn. Okay. And that's the point where we decided we have to strictly stay friends.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, oh my God. And I tell her, is she gonna fight me? Like, if a girlfriend or like ex is coming to your house, that's like a big thing. So I'm like, is she gonna fight me? He's like, probably. I was like, oh. So I was like, okay. So I called my best friend. I was like, girl, this girl's gonna about to fight me in my own house. Like, she's like, I'm coming. She starts getting ready. She's like, I'm on my way. I was like, okay.
Starts clipping her nails.
She actually did.
Yeah? Oh,
she had nails and she broke them off.
Damn, she's a real one.
Yeah, she's a real. Shout out Camila.
Shout out Camila, you're a real one.
Yeah. Shout out Camila. So like she's coming and then I was like, oh, like what the heck? He's like, I'm here. I was like, oh my God, this girl's about to
Camila, where you at?
I'm like, where you at? And then so like she comes, she's like, are you Alekxa? I was like, yeah. She's like, what's your relation to this person? He's like, and she was like, I was like, oh, I've known him, we're just friends. And I covered for him too. And I said, he's like, just say that we've always been friends. In my, stupid head, I was like, all right, I'll lie for you, whatever. And so I said, oh, we're just been strictly friends. She's like, were you guys hanging out on like this date, like she named dates, like December.
Damn,
I don't even remember the dates.
Fucking toxic.
Like she named them, and I was like, damn, okay. I was like, honestly, I don't remember dates, but like, yeah, we hung out, but nothing like serious like that. And she's like, oh, okay, how long have you known
Mando?
Mando, yeah, that's his name. Mando. And she's like, how long
shout out Mando.
And she's like, how long have you known him for? I was like, oh, like the beginning of the semester. She's like, oh, okay. And then she just walks off. I was like, okay. I was like, I thought she was gonna fight me, And he's like, thank you. I was like, okay. And I just go back and I was like, what did I just do? Like, why did I lie for him? Like, why did I do this?
He had a girlfriend the whole time.
And that's when I found out. I was like, okay, like after this, like we can't be friends anymore. Like you humiliated me, first of all, showing up to my doorstep with, and he introduced her as his girlfriend. And I was like, oh, first of all, you show up to my house, introducing her as your girlfriend, and then her kind of like threatening me.
Yeah.
With all these things. I'm like, you humiliated me. You made me look stupid. And you made me look like a hoe. Like you're a hoe or whatever. And he's like, I'm so sorry, this and that. And it's like, I'm sorry that I humiliated you. And he's like, you don't deserve it. I was like, okay. I was like, we can't be friends anymore.
Fuck this guy.
Yeah, and I was like,
Wait
yeah.
until Uncle Johnny sees him.
He's like, just like I was like, we can't be friends anymore. I was like, no. And I like blocked him. And my mom came home. She wasn't home. She came home and I told her everything. And she's like, let's go to his parents' house. Like, we're going to show him. And I was like, whoa. I was like scared. I was like, oh, like, first, like, his parents didn't have to do anything with whatever happened. And it was still scary. But yeah, that happened. And like the next day, I was at UTEP. And he finds me. He's like, can I talk to you? I was like, okay, like whatever. He's like, I'm so sorry. He's like, you don't deserve any of this. He's like, you're such a like good person. He's like, you're a friend and like this
it's a piece
and
of shit,
that.
dude.
And he's like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, how long? Like,
Let me go get my Glock.
I was like, to me, you introduced her as your ex and like all this and that. And so I'm like, I'm thinking like you're single. He's like, and then he's like, no, like since like October, we've been trying to fix things. I was like, damn. What? I was like, this whole time, that whole period, like.
He was with her the whole time. They weren't trying to fix things. They were together. He was just doing his own thing on the side.
Yeah, and then I was like, okay, like whatever. And then like, I kind of like forgave him, but like we still weren't gonna be friends. I was like, okay, like just move on from this and like whatever. And then his girlfriend requests me on Instagram the next day, and I'm like, okay. So I'm like, let me accept it. Let's see like what's up with this. Yeah. So I accepted. And she's
what's her
like,
at? Just kidding.
So she tells me like, hey girlie, like I want to know like from girl to girl like the truth and like what are you guys like. She's like, we've been together for so long. I was like, how long? She's like, what do you mean how long? And I was like, well, like first of all, like he would refer to you as his ex the whole entire time we were like known each other. She's like, what? And then that's when I told her everything. I was like, we were talking from this point to this point. We did this, we did that. And she was like so upset and she was devastated. And she was like, that whole time you guys were talking or friends, whatever, like we were together. And like, damn. I'm his girlfriend.
Damn.
So I was like, bro, what the heck?
Yeah, dude.
That was... And then like I text him like, you're a liar, like this and that, like you lied to me, you had a girlfriend the whole time, and like you used me, you did this and that, and then like I blocked him.
Yeah, I mean,
so we can pull up his address and pay him a visit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So unfortunately, there's a lot of guys like that, especially at a very young age, dude. Honestly, I would say for the most part, like probably like 80% of guys are like that at that age.
Yeah.
This is why I say from the beginning, you have to know like what's gonna happen. Like, hey, what the fuck are we doing from right now from the beginning? Like, are we in a relationship? Are we like, I like you? Do you like me? Yes. Like, what are we gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, that's for me, like always like the 3 months, like the 2-3 months. I hated that shit because it's like people are off doing whatever the fuck they want within that time. And then they're like, oh, okay, well, I'll decide which one I want to be with. And a lot of time guys are like that, right? They'll be like, they'll have a little lineup. And during these few months, they're trying to figure out which one's my best option. And sometimes they just decide to keep them on.
Yeah. He told me, he was like...
Sometimes it's just a roster.
It's just a roster,
I was being an insecure little boy.
Motherfucker.
He's like...
We'll see who's the insecure little boy.
Yeah, I was like, Yeah. But I really liked this guy too. Really did.
Was he like your? He's not like your first relationship, right? Kind of situationship, more or less.
Previously from him, I've had like 2 other serious situationship. Well, relationship and situationship. My situationship, like this was my first situationship and the first person I've introduced my parents to. And we were talking for 6 months. I waited 6 months. And like at the end, he was like, I'm just not ready for a relationship. I was like, what? Like 6 months? Like I wasted my time.
Do you want to be in a relationship right now though? You're young. I mean, you're what, 19?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there should be a rush. I think you just kind of focus on yourself, focus on your schoolwork, focus on whatever it is you want to do. I think you'll have the rest of your life to deal with relationships, maybe when you're older. I think if I'm thinking back as a young adult, if there's one thing that I probably would have changed was that, like, not getting into relationships so early, because there's so much like life ahead of everything, right? Like,
I thought you were gonna say there's so much to choose from.
No, there's just so much so much shit that you can be doing than worrying about, dealing with another person's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he would like we call each other like babe and stuff. Like it was already at that point where I'm thinking,
I call him babe.
Like yeah, it was
He's the only one calling me babe nowadays.
My dad called him Cobra Kai. Yeah. Yeah. And then my second relationship, he was actually my best friend first for a couple years. And then we had went to this party. He actually threw this party. And ever since that party, that's when we like told each other our feelings and stuff. And we dated, but that didn't last long. We dated for like 2 months. And we had total opposite like relationship like opinions and stuff. Like I was a lovey-dovey type, affection type. He wasn't. And that would always clash. Like,
is he the one that moved away?
Yeah. Yeah, so but we're friends now again. But it was like very hard too, because I genuinely like not loved this person romantically, but like as like a person and cared for them. So I was like, damn. Yeah.
Relationships are hard. I mean, I'm fucking 31 and I'm still trying to figure that shit out. But I think what Booby said was pretty spot on. I don't think he's always correct.
The one time.
But he was right on this one. Yeah, like you're young. Like enjoy that shit. Like also date. There's nothing wrong with dating.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like hole out or anything like that. Don't.
Yeah.
Be safe. Don't do drugs. Stay in school. But like date, get to know people. Like get to know what you want out of somebody, because maybe you have this idea of like the ideal guy, and then maybe that's not it, And the only way to know that is by putting yourself out there and actually talking to people and seeing like, oh, maybe this is what I actually like, Maybe they don't have to be black. Maybe they can be young.
Yeah.
Mexicans.
They can be white. They can be Asian.
But yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. And I mean, I talked to you about this already. Like, it's not going to be your last heartbreak. Unfortunately, life is full of it. But learn from this experience and use that for your next one. Like every relationship, you'll get closer to finding, the one.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know if the one is a thing now. Like, but at least you'll know what you want out of life and out of someone. And I think that's like, Booby was saying, like, establish your wants and needs. And I've been thinking about that. So I think like you should, when you're looking for someone, you should have your wants and your needs and your values, right? So your wants and your needs. So your need is like something that you actually need that person to be, like trustworthy, handsome, Johnny. your wants, it's like something that you would want out of someone, but it can be like a compromise, right? Like, oh, maybe this person isn't there yet, but we can work on that, you know? And then your values, like their morals, like what they stand for. Like, if that person is not like, if you're a big family person and they're not, that's going to be an issue later on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that. Like, so you need to figure out what you want, what you need, and then go out there and see if anybody matches that. And it can be trial and error. You can probably go through a bunch of people. not like that.
What the
No.
fuck?
Don't. But get to know them.
Don't go through a bunch of
Don't
people.
go through a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Emotionally. Only emotionally.
Oh shit.
Wait till marriage.
Yeah. I had this one guy, like, I had feelings with this one guy. And I told him, he's like, oh, I'm just not ready for a relationship. The same thing. That's like a thing with guys.
Which is good. He's telling you,
Yeah.
I'm not ready. But
Yeah.
I think you need to ask from the beginning.
I told him actually in the beginning. And he said, like, yeah. Like, I was like, okay. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to go somewhere with this. And then he tells me, I'm not ready for a relationship. And then, like, 2 months down the line, hey, can we work things out again? Hey, you were such an amazing person. Like, I can't lose a person like you, and this and that.
And usually when it's
like
like that, it's because there's another person involved. And they're trying to figure out like who's
They're weighing their options.
yeah,
And it doesn't work
It
out.
doesn't work out, and they're like, hey, you know what? I'm sorry. And it's young, horny guys, dude. Like for real, filled with testosterone. Like
Yeah.
they're not really out there to.
They're just thinking with the wrong head.
Yeah,
most of the time.
At that age, yes. I think at that age, it's just, you're not really. I'm not going to say every guy is like that, because there is it's very rare that there is a guy who's mature enough to probably get in a relationship at that time and not be, messing around and doing other things. But for the most part, at that age, these guys are just fucking running wild.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of fucking chimpanzees just trying to see what they can fucking put their hands on. Like, it is.
Yeah.
It's just the way guys are at that age are kind of engineered, and it's just kind of weird. But my advice would be that just kind of do your own thing. Don't worry too much about getting in a relationship or, catching feelings for people. Just take it slow, enjoy your life. If you happen to meet someone along the way while you're doing something and you want to, talk to this person, but don't allow your emotions to get involved too much, because you see what happens.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's hard, because
it is.
women are very emotionally led.
Yeah.
Like, it's with women, it's all about the emotion. And
Mhm.
guys, it's like, guys sometimes don't even know they have emotions.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I'm not type to like get it attached easily.
Yeah. But that's life, Chencha. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And you always have Uncle Johnny if you want me to pull up.
Yeah.
I'll pull up with the squad.
Pull up with the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough, dude. It's tough. We're 31. Not figured it out yet.
31
so.
and counting.
31 and counting, and still trying to figure it out.
So on one of the polls that I had put, I asked what people look for in the relationship. Someone said sometimes when you get too comfortable, you stop being románticos. They mixed it up.
When you stop being what?
When you get too comfortable, you stop being románticos. So I guess once you get past that that stage, that puppy love stage where you're like jackrabbits.
3-month rule.
3-month rule. Yeah. Lose the spark.
But it's always like that. It's always like that new thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, and I think people base their emotions off of those few months, and you can't, because when it's like when you're a kid and you get a new toy, you fucking play with it,
Mm-hmm.
you're excited, and then you get bored of it because it's whatever, like, and then you move to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of like have to. You can't just base your whole like emotions on that. You know, it's gonna be like that every fucking time you meet someone new. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be something new. You're gonna have all these fucking emotions, but you have to think back and be like, okay, I do feel this way, but let's see how it goes 6 months down the road. Let's see how it is, 5, 6 months down the road, and kind of give yourself like that. Once you start seeing things are starting to fucking like go down,
Yeah.
it's like, okay, something's not right. Something's, and yeah, you just kind of, it comes with the growth and fucking maturity and learning shit.
You got to think most guys don't fully mature until they're like, well, they start maturing. I think like at 25 is when guys really start to slowly mature. By the age 30, I think it's where like that's when they're fully developed. Yeah, it takes guys a lot longer. And girls, it's faster. Girls, you guys are another level. Like, I don't know what's up with you guys, but yeah. Somebody else said that when it comes to the whole relationship thing, sorry, I closed the thing. Inconsistency and that girls don't like me. Sorry, dude. I'm sorry, bro. I can't help you there. How do you make yourself more dateable? Like, is it something you just learn? Like, you either got it or you don't.
Probably like experience.
Experience.
More dateable.
Yeah, like, or I guess more. I don't say attractive because I think attraction is very broad. Like attraction could be. People are attracted to different things. Some people are attracted to physical. Some people are, character. Or like, but how do you make yourself be like where you like they see you and you're like, oh shit, like I want to date that guy.
I don't know. That's kind of. I think you'd have to ask her like what makes her be like, oh, I see a guy that I might want to. Is it just the looks? Like,
it's all subjective, right? Because everybody's different, I guess.
Yeah, I think everyone's different. Like, obviously, like telling, like how you said, like telling them, like, oh, like, are you ready for a relationship? Like, if that person's like serious, and they're not just like having fun and just enjoying like different people.
Yeah.
I think you have to have a talk with that person to know if they're dateable.
Yeah, you do.
I want someone that I can talk to, that can be funny, that we can vibe. Looks go away. Everybody, in the end, we're all gonna be all wrinkly and shit. I do think like looks are a part of it because that's the initial attraction.
Mm-hmm.
But I would rather have somebody that I'm more attracted to their personality than their looks, and they have like no personality. It's like I can't deal with like dumb people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't. Like it just.
Yeah, I think personality is a big one for sure.
This other person put that they love spontaneous gifts, dates, acts of kindness, etc., giving and receiving in a relationship. That's a good one.
Agreed.
This person hates when they put answer you in a few words, ghosting. They hate when they get ghosted.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one.
I've never been ghosted, so I'm just kidding. No, I don't know. I mean, dude, it's because, I don't know. For me, it's been, like I said, it's been so long that I just kind of like,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm like,
I don't think I've been ghosted. I've ghosted people.
Yeah.
But
damn.
For good reasons, though.
I think girls do most of the ghosting most of the time.
Yeah, I don't ghost people just to ghost them, but like if I have a reason to
like
ghost you, like
what?
yeah, like recently this one guy, like it was pretty chill, whatever, but like he had said a comment like saying that I look like the easy type.
Who is this guy? Where does he live? Ruby, find his address.
He said I look like the easy type. I was like, what the heck? And then like I just ghosted him.
This guy gives me like that whole like, yo, give me a hug, or where's my hug? Or that's that whole vibe of like you're insulting a girl to try to like impress her, and it's like, dude, no.
Yeah. No.
What the fuck? No.
I also can't talk or be with the guy who doesn't have a car. I have like PTSD from that.
Because then you drive him around everywhere.
I drove my ex, I drove him around.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also, like I said, if you're 30 and you don't have a car, that's a little bit weird. But I mean, 19, 20, maybe 20.
Okay, I get it if there's like a financial situation
Mm-hmm.
also, but at that point, like, don't date. You know,
Yeah.
don't put yourself out there. Like, if you know
Yeah.
you can't.
Get to where you need to be.
Yeah. When I was younger, and I regret this so much. I went on this date with this one girl one time when I was younger, and it's probably the shittiest date I blame myself because I provided a shitty date. For one, I had no money. All right, I was like maybe like 19, 20. I don't remember how old I was. 20, 21. I don't know. But I went on this date with this girl. We're gonna go to the movies. I had enough money to buy like the movie tickets. After that, I had like $10 left over. All right. So I told her, I'm like, you know what? Like, let's just go to like Wendy's. I think we went to Wendy's before that. We went to Wendy's. And I was honest with her. I'm like, you know what? I don't have money. Like, let's just get like dollar menu stuff. And I think we got like chicken nuggets and a couple of things. And it was probably like a really, really shitty. Like it was so shitty. Like I think about it now. Like I'm sorry. Like that was like a really shitty date.
That's funny.
I was like the man in my ex relationship. I bought everything. I drove him everywhere. I paid for part of his tattoo.
You paid for his tattoo?
Like part of it, like a partial.
How much?
I think his tattoo in total was like $100, and I paid like $20.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, I was a man.
Damn.
And like I told him like we should like break things up, but things weren't gonna work, and he begged me like, no, like I will change. And I was like, and he just begged me. I was like, okay, I'll give it a second chance. And then like same thing, it came like same issues. He's like, and then he tells me, I'm not gonna change for you. Like I'm not gonna change who I am. I was like, you just said that you were gonna change, you know.
So do you have that brings up a good question. Do you think people change? Like, do you think people change?
I think people do change.
Think so?
Yeah.
I think they can. I don't think they always do.
Yeah.
I think anybody can change.
Yeah.
But change always has to come from within.
Mm-hmm.
It's never because like oh, I want you to change, and they're like, okay. Like it's never like that. If a person agrees to change, it's because they probably care about you and they want to do it. But it's because they wanted to. It's never forced on someone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think they can, but not everybody does. Some people stay stuck.
But do you think you can change like everything about, like, if someone says, I don't like this, and this about you?
I think at that point, just end it. Go with somebody
Yeah.
else. Like if
Yeah.
you hate,
Clearly not compatible.
Yeah, if you hate so many things about a person, then they're not for you, man. Like
Yeah.
yeah. If one or two things, yeah, I can see that. But if it's just a whole essay about it, like nah, let's move on.
Yeah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
All right. So the other poll I posted is buying flowers for a girl for Valentines overplayed. I forgot what I put.
Mm.
Basically, should you buy a girl flowers, or is it played out? That's what I put. Awkward pause.
I was like waiting for like
Yeah,
the
it's because it's this
responses.
thing. Yeah, so somebody put flowers die and are expensive. Get me diamonds or tacos. Real talk.
Mm.
Diamonds
Interesting.
or tacos. Diamonds are more expensive than fucking flowers.
Yeah.
Diamonds?
Yeah.
What the
Diamonds.
fuck? It's Valentine's Day. Dude. Relax.
Somebody else put flowers never get old. but not just for Valentine's. It should be spontaneous. I agree.
Agreed.
All the time. Flowers all the time, not just on Valentine's.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said they're played out.
Male or female?
Male.
Dude, so I will say this. Flowers are fucking expensive, dude.
They are, and then they fucking boost the prices for Valentine's.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
Like, you're looking at a dozen roses, you're looking at like $60.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking ridiculous. They're very expensive.
They get really, really expensive. You do like the whole, like the ones that come with like a bear, like $100.
Oh, probably more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just because flowers are cute though. Like they don't have to be like
Like, you can
like
go
a
buy.
big like ramo. Like like Walmart has like $10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can go
flowers.
buy them at Walmart.
Cute, like
Albertsons.
nice. Like oh, okay, nice. Yeah.
I get
Albertsons.
But
My flowers at Albertsons.
there's going to be someone who's going to be like, why do you always give me these cheap ass flowers? Why don't you ever give me something nice?
At that point, dump her ass.
You're done.
You're done.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, another person said even get her flowers on a regular basis makes it more special on Valentine's. So yes. Somebody put romantic gestures are better or an experience. Ooh. An experience. I think
Like, we got a date or what?
yeah, I guess something like planned out.
Sorry, I'm yawning. Go ahead.
It's past Booby's bedtime.
I don't think I've received flowers before. I've received them from like a friend, like my best friend. But other like from like a situationship or like
I think you're just looking in the wrong dating pool.
I know.
You should
I
probably
think
like
we're looking at the wrong guys.
yeah, just
I told my friend like, cause she has this like hood man.
yeah.
They're like, and I think like hood guys are like the most lovable person. Like they'll go beyond for you, but it's like they have the con where they're like the hood guy. Like
Yeah.
it's, and she's like, I'll find you. I was like, I don't know.
Let's don't go that route.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, because that guy's going to be in jail for beating you or...
Yeah.
Yeah, he loves you a lot, but he also hits you a lot. So.
You know, sometimes you just gotta compromise, you know. Take one to get one.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Again, I'm not like the big flower buyer and the like to do fucking random stuff like that. I think that just comes with like the whole affection part. I'm just a shitty partner, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll do it during Valentine's Day and like special occasions, but yeah, I don't think I'm very like spontaneous like that. Where I'm like, let me go buy you this or do shit like that.
Yeah, I think it also depends on. I think it's a lot of things. Like if you have that, if you actually care about the person, then yeah, you're gonna go above and beyond and stuff. But if you don't, then you're not gonna put much effort into it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I want to say it's like not caring because I have cared about people and it's just like I don't do it and it's something that just doesn't come to me naturally. I guess I don't even think about it. It doesn't fucking register. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's kind of weird. I'm a shitty partner, dude.
Do you think you could change?
Fuck. Yeah, I think I can. I mean, like, yeah, I guess.
No.
I mean, yeah, I can. I could. I think. I just think it's. I don't know. I say yes, and then sometimes I say no, because I have tried it, and it just. I feel like even though. I don't know, dude. I can't even explain how it is. No, it's hard. It's hard. Like, I want to say yes, that I think I could change, but deep inside, I also want to say no, that I don't think so. And everybody's just like, and I've been told like, well, you shouldn't blame like the way you grew up or the way you were raised on that. Like, that's just kind of an excuse. And I'm like, I don't think it's an excuse. I think it's like real. Like, it's just.
It is real. there's a criminal theory. I learned this back when I was doing my criminal justice. You probably learned this eventually. Nature versus nurture. That, if people like, if you grew up in an area where there's like crime and stuff, that you're gonna be nurtured into it. Or like if you come from, like, if your dad was a criminal, like if it's in your genes. And I don't think so. I think it's like the area that you grew up in. I think it goes the same way with how you are. Like, if you grew up in that environment, like being lovey dovey, then you're gonna be that.
Yeah, it's like learned behavior. It's learned behavior. It's a product of your environment.
Yeah.
Like, what did you grow up in?
Yeah.
You can't expect someone who grew up in a fucking household of, parents who like constantly fighting, never getting along. Fucking just, just a shitty relationship to be like, this guy's gonna be a fucking great partner one day. Like, no, dude.
Yeah.
And I think, you can change a lot of it. Like, I'm not gonna say that, my parents' relationship wasn't like the greatest, but I'm nowhere near that. Like, I'm not, like, I know what's right from wrong, and I know that I don't want to be like that. But there's still certain things that don't come easy to me because I didn't grow up that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, can I change? I want to believe that, yeah, I can. I just think that it's going to take a fuck ton of, like, work. I think this would take, like, it would just take, like, going through fucking counseling and therapy and going through shit like that. And you have to kind of have a partner who's also patient with it and who understands where you're coming from. Because a lot of the time that, too, is they don't understand where you're coming from because they come from somewhere a lot different. And they think that because they grew up the way they did, that you should automatically be the way they are. And it's not the case. I mean, a lot of time it's not the case. And I think that's what makes relationships really hard, is you got two different people coming from two different types of backgrounds. Regardless if you're both Hispanic, you kind of have the same, you guys share some of the same things culturally. But as far as like where you're coming from, as far as a family, like you're
Your
coming
family
from
values,
two different fucking things. And now you're putting these two people together and expecting them to have, a great fucking relationship. I mean, a lot of people do it. But sometimes it just doesn't work because they're so different.
Yeah.
And as much as you want it to work, it just doesn't.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like you need that professional help, and even then, sometimes that shit still doesn't work, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot of factors. Like, it goes into the person, like how much is the person willing to give up that like default wiring almost. And like, yeah, and like it's hard to break habits. It's hard to break cycles, like especially if it's something like that. Like, it's a lot of work. I think that's why a lot of relationships fail nowadays. Like, there's just so much shit, man.
Yeah.
So much shit. And it's a lot easier to call it quits
Oh yeah.
and to like move on and be like, well, I'll try my luck with somebody else. Maybe somebody else is more in line with my beliefs, and it'll be easier rather than like sticking it out and putting the work. A lot of these older generations, like, they didn't have that. It was so frowned upon to get a divorce, to split, that they would just like stick with the person. Like,
Yeah.
but some people got their asses beat for years, and but they stick with the person. And some people figured it out. Like you see a lot of older, like my parents, they were together for fucking forever, and you don't see that now anymore. Like, people, like, they take the easy way out. And it's one of those things that it's very broad, and you can always be like, well, this and that. Like, yeah, sometimes you do need to like get out of the relationship, but you never know. Like, I don't know. It's hard. I'm not a fucking expert. I don't know.
Yeah, me either. On my second marriage.
All my talking stations fail.
But
Yeah.
It's tough.
It is tough. It's hard. It's hard out there for a pimp.
Mhm.
Fuck Valentine's Day, dude.
Fuck Valentine's Day.
Amen.
Shit.
Mhm.
No, it's hard because for me, like Valentine's Day, it's like whatever. But it's just like, dude, one holiday ends and then like they're barely moving shit out of the store and it's already like
It's
the
already
next
one.
like
Yeah.
they already have Easter shit in place of like
Mm-hmm.
of where all the fucking Valentine's stuff is gonna be like. It's just nonstop, dude. It's just like and a lot of the time I feel like it gets put in people's heads, man, and it's just like you go to a store and you see all this shit and it's just like it gets to you, right? Like it gets to people's heads like, oh, and you don't get something and it's like, oh, fuck you, like I've been at the store and I see all this shit here and it's just like I don't know, dude.
Pendejo, no me pudiste comprar unas pinches flores.
Shit.
Fuck holidays.
Easy times.
I'm just gonna go live in China or somewhere where they don't have any holidays and just
They don't have holidays in China?
I don't know. They probably do, but they don't have all these fucking American holidays.
Groundhog Day.
Didn't Groundhog Day just pass?
Yeah.
Are we getting winter or spring or
Spring.
spring?
Hmm.
You didn't see a shadow. What? How does that work?
I don't know. It's like a prediction. If the groundhog sees his shadow, I'm not sure, but I think that means that there's more winter to come.
Mm.
It's a longer winter. And if he doesn't, then
Is it
springtime.
is a prairie dog different than a groundhog? That's a prairie dog.
I don't know.
I only know prairie dogging.
Let me look it up. Prairie dog.
Is it prairie dog or prairie dog?
Prairie?
Prairie.
Prairie, like the prairie.
Like a prairie.
Prairie.
I've been saying prairie dogging my whole life.
Prair-
It's just the Hispanic in me.
Prairie dog versus what?
Groundhog. What's the difference? These are the hard subjects we tackled here in A-Town Talk.
Prairie dogs are much smaller than groundhogs, sometimes by as much as 2 to 3 times. Groundhogs are the second largest species of marmots, while prairie dogs are much lower on the list. So I guess they kind of look the same.
They're just smaller.
Yeah, they look a little bit. No, they kind of. Yeah, I guess they kind of look the same.
Cool. I learned something today.
What's
Yeah.
something you regret in high school?
In high school, I regret going to high school. I'm just kidding. No. Meeting Booby.
Damn.
No, I don't know. I don't think I have any regrets in high school. Maybe join, be more athletic or try to be more athletic. But I don't know if I can do that.
Being more
Mm.
athletic in high school.
Yeah, or just like join sports or or lift weights or something. Like
Be a jock.
not a jock, but just be more athletic.
Yeah. For me, something I regretted about high school. I would say I was in a relationship in high school. I would say not being in that relationship during high school because I was in that shit for a long time. Yeah, I would not have done that.
Yeah.
Just been single and just fucking enjoyed high school, like, because I feel like I didn't because I was in a relationship.
How you guys were together for a while, huh?
Yeah, dude, for a fucking long time. Yeah. But yeah, I think if anything, I shouldn't have done that. 'Cause I was young. I mean, there's no reason for someone to be in a relationship that young. I see kids like dating in high school or like in even middle school. And I'm like, dude, you will have the rest of your life for that shit. Like, just
Yeah.
do your thing.
But it's like your nature. Like you want to like.
You don't want to be in at
You
that
don't
age.
realize it.
At that age, you don't want to be in a relationship. All you want to do is just have sex. Like, you're horny. Like, you don't want the relationship, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is.
So kids just have sex.
Yeah.
Kids shouldn't be watching this shit.
I know this couple that have been together since like 7th grade and they got married. Like recently.
Were they in band?
No.
Oh, it's always like the band kids that are like
No, they're actually
freaky.
like the not, I wouldn't say popular, but like well known.
Oh.
Yeah.
So who were like the popular kids in your high school when you were in high school?
Honestly, there was no popular kids, but like well, there was. I would say like the football like people.
Still like the jock.
Yeah, still like jocks, but I think that would be it. Like everyone knew. Everyone.
Because it's like 21 Jump Street, where like the roles switched, where like the it wasn't like the jocks.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's how it is now. It's not like, although like the woke kids are like the popular ones, and
I don't know, dude. For me, I don't know. Popularity is like what's like just people know who you are. Like you got a bunch of friends, because I feel like you can have a great fucking personality and just be friends with everybody. Like you don't have to do like certain sports, certain fucking, you know, you don't have to be in clubs. Like you just have a good personality and people get along with you. Like,
I think if you know a lot of people,
yeah,
you're just well known for something, I guess.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say like me in high school. I don't even think I was popular. I think people fucking hated me in high school. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I don't know who was popular in high school for us.
Me.
I see you popular in high school, Johnny.
You know what? I think I got a pop in like my senior year where I was pretty like
Johnny.
I think people just like me.
Yeah, you're a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people just like me. I never really had enemies or anything like that.
I didn't have enemies either, dude.
Yeah. Except for Booby. Booby was my one enemy.
No, I think you're a nice person. And people probably
I'm
did
just
like you.
chill, dude. Like I'm just like, I don't care what you are. You know, I accept all kinds.
Okay.
You're here. But now I've always had like a large group of friends. Yeah.
I haven't. I've always been like very like just like to keep certain people around. I don't like large groups of friends.
I'm honestly surprised that we've been friends this long.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking how many years?
It's over 10.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. But there's like a statistic where like if you've been friends with this person over a certain amount of years, it's like they're automatically like you're locked in.
Yeah.
Like we're probably set for life.
Fuck.
Or until this podcast fails. Once this podcast fails, that's it, dude.
We're done.
We're done.
Fuck that.
I used to have a big group of friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it just all came down to like 2.
That's how it is after high school.
Yeah.
You narrow it down. A couple of them go away, and then you just kind of keep the real ones.
Yeah. Freshman year, had a lot of friends. And then quarantine hit. And junior year
They all
came
got
in.
COVID and died.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, kids. Yeah. Well, I think we're about an hour now. Again. That was a good one. Good pod. Good pod.
Hopefully you guys like the
Love and romance.
Valentine's talk that we just had.
Yeah. I kind of got a little buzz off of that last one. Just 2 beers and I was already like, I'm also like tired too.
Yeah, I'm tired too, dude.
I'm ready to sleep.
Yeah.
But
Me too.
yeah. Cool. Well, make sure you guys hit like and subscribe. Make sure you comment. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Peace.